Right now, everyone is talking about Apple's budget MacBook, the MacBook Neo, how it's so good, how it's killing Windows. I mean, it's literally everywhere. But what if I tell you that Apple has also launched a proper, a solid, a freaking good gaming laptop as well? It could have been an accident because I don't see any RGB here, there are no loudspeakers, but inside there's 100% gaming DNA. I'm talking about the all-new MacBook Pro M5 Pro, and this right here is the maxed out variant with 64GB of RAM and 4TB of storage.
Whoa, generational wealth.
Oh man, what are you doing, man? Now, before I get to the gaming part, let me tell you that it looks and feels nothing like a gaming laptop. Not at all. There's no RGB, no green stickers, no flashy design, no bulky chargers, no loud fans, and no involvement of both hands to open the lid. It's like there's no inconvenience at all. I mean, Windows users might say it's AI, but it's real. Trust me, it's real. 5 fingers each hand. The display is also a treat to the eyes. It's a big and bright 14-inch mini LED panel with 3K resolution, and the peak brightness is as high as 1600 nits. The refresh rate is also 120Hz, which is nice, but the best part is this nano texture. What it does is that no matter how strong the light source is, it absorbs the light so well that you don't see any reflection at all. Enough about the looks, let's talk business. So this MacBook comes with the latest M5 Pro processor, and there's lots of RAM and lots of storage. These are all the variants that you can get, but the one that we have is the maxed out. By the way, just so you know the capabilities of this processor better, let me tell you a bit about the architecture and how it compares against Windows. So the M5 Pro comes with 18-core CPU, up to 20-core GPU, and a 16-core neural engine. It's definitely a solid improvement from last year, and in CPU also there are 12 super cores and 6 performance cores, which is the same as you get on the most powerful M5 Max. And if I put it against the competition, you will notice that Snapdragon X Elite doesn't stand out either in number of cores or even clock speeds. But it's not the case with both Intel Core Ultra 9 and the Ryzen HX 370 because they're both theoretically better. Now that you know what's inside, I'm going to skip benchmarks and go straight away to gaming because that's what real benchmark is, right? So what I did is that I asked everyone in the office what games they are good at. A lot of names popped out, but out of those, I shortlisted 10 games and 10 players. Once that is sorted, I made them play their favorite games on this laptop for as long as they wanted. Yeah, that's what a dream workplace feels like. After almost 2 weeks of rigorous gaming, aka testing, I talked to all of them and got their opinions. And man, everyone was totally surprised. They were like, this really can't be a Mac. How is this gaming so well? And some of them were not even ready to give it back. I had to forcefully take it from them. Let's talk about the specifics now. First of all, Cyberpunk was playing smoothly at 1080p resolution in native settings, and the FPS numbers were around 55 to 60 FPS. But when we took it to 3K resolution, the frame started to get choppy and it was not very good. But the moment we turned on metal upscaling and FSR frame gen, the gaming experience improved drastically. We were now getting 80 plus FPS, and that too without compromising on the quality. But you know what? We were still not done. We turned on ray tracing as well, and after that, the game went from looking like this to this. Yes, just look at the difference. Sure, the FPS did drop to 40, but considering the visuals and considering it's a Mac, our mind was totally blown. Next up, we played God of War, and here also we were getting around 100 FPS in low settings and 75 FPS in medium, and the gameplay was never choppy, not even once. We also played RDR2 on this machine, but since it's a visual treat, we fired it up at 3K resolution and ultra settings, and there we got around 35 to 40 FPS. I know, it's not the best, but when we turned on DLSS, the FPS reached 100 and the gameplay got so much better than before. And if I talk about my personal favorite, the OG Spider-Man Remastered, well, I played this one a lot, like a lot. And throughout my gameplay, I kept it at 3K resolution with max graphics and ray tracing turned on, and it was still running smooth. Now, apart from these games, we tested Ghost of Tsushima, Black Myth Wukong, Control, and the newly launched Resident Evil Requiem, and absolutely none of them felt out of place. In fact, all of these games were behaving well, the gameplay was smooth, and there were no red flags. So yeah, we did a ton of gaming on this Mac, and this was racing through everything. Good, awesome. But that was just first half of the story. Let me tell you the second half, which is not as pretty as the first half. Since we were using emulator, crossover to be specific, some of the games just didn't work. Games like Fortnite and Apex Legends wouldn't even open because there's no anti-cheat support for Mac. And the ones that did open, like Rocket League, they were stuck at 480p only. So yeah, basically unplayable. A lot of us also wanted to play GTA 6, 5, but that also didn't work. See, here's the gist of it. Technically, the Mac is all ready to game because it has got all the hardware in place. The fact that we were able to run majority of the game smoothly and that too on emulation puts a lot of faith into the thought of gaming on a Mac. Sure, there were hiccups, but imagine what will happen when it gets native support. I don't think there will be any competition then. I genuinely think that it's time for game developers to start taking macOS seriously because Apple itself has started taking it seriously. And for Windows, all I can say is that winter is coming. I say this because MacBook Neo is eating the pie from budget segment, and Apple being Apple, it might also come for the gaming segment in near future. Now, I know what you must be thinking. I can get similar gaming performance in like half the price or maybe even less, and the gaming experience will be extremely better. Yes, you are absolutely right. At present, there's no match between gaming on a Windows versus gaming on a Mac. But just think about it. It's not even meant for gaming. Majority of the games are not natively supported, but it's still doing this good. And not just gaming, the rest of the laptop is also pretty solid. The display is exceptionally good, the thermals are handled nicely as well as quietly, and the performance barely changes whether it's plugged in or not. Basically with Apple, you get an all-round machine which is also good in gaming. But on Windows side of things, you get a solid gaming machine, but you have to compromise a lot on other areas. Sometimes it's the build quality, sometimes display, sometimes battery, and sometimes all of them. Now, here's a question for all of you. If Macs can come this close to Windows in gaming with their Pro laptop, what will happen if they decide to launch a proper gaming MacBook? Tell me in the comments. I look forward to reading them. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.